Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another base tour video. We're on the Geeks Network. We're on the Ragnarok server. I call this the best place in the world to play Ark. And if you're watching the replay, this is part of our Saturday morning live stream. Make sure you tune in Saturdays at 11 a.m. Next week, we are not doing base tours, but we have medieval games. There will be archery contests, jousting, a all-out melee brawl. It's going to be epic. So make sure you're here for next week's live stream. If you're watching, one of the 1,000-something people that get to watch this replay. And today we have done a few base tours already, so links will be in the description for Gendaia and Tonca's Castle Bluff and for Gnoll's Gnoll Plateau. And right now we are at the Emerald Abyss, which was built by Ascendant Phoenix, aka Jeep, and he is working every weekend, so couldn't do the tour. So he has entrusted the tour to Stewie the Geek. What is that, my man?
Not a whole lot, man. So I think we all can agree that Jeep is a big breeder on this server.
Yes, breeder, and building-wise, guys, I should show you the location. You will know it well. If it's not obvious yet, it will be at some point, but we're at 4017 on the Ragnarok map. This is where I did Series 5 of Building Evolved, the swamp season of that. And so he's built in some different spots, some similar spots, but a few different styles. I don't know. It'll be fun to show off. If you guys are watching, click the like button, and we're just going to let Stewie lead the tour. I don't know where we start, my man.
Yeah, I'll try to show it the best of my abilities. I mean, I don't know his method to the madness.
Yeah.
As long as I've known Jeep on the server, he has always seemed to impress me in a whole nother way with his build styles.
Yeah, man.
He's done some pretty amazing builds. Like I said before, you know, we all know Jeep has bred a lot on the servers. I know that's what he moved over here originally for.
Yep. And when I built here, I'll say I didn't use this area right here. This is like a giant flat area that could be cleared out with no ruins, no nothing. It's perfect for a breeder to make a home base. And then out that way are the ruins. And out this way are more ruins.
I think the only natural thing he left on this flat part was this rock right here that he couldn't break.
I think it's unbreakable, yep.
And I think this was literally the only bush that was here.
This Rex is some really insane colors, eh?
Yeah, that he's had that Rex. I forget where he got this.
I don't even know what color you would call that orangey red. It's pretty wild. You don't see that color that often. And with the bright yellow belly, it's a good combo.
I remember I believe he got that on the old Ragnarok, and I remember the day he got it because he screamed at me and said, "Stewie, come here, I need to show you this." And I popped over at his base, and there's just this orange and yellow Rex sitting there.
Yep.
It's pretty wild.
And he's got a couple of these giant glass gates, which work really well to show off the swamp.
Yeah, I remember he said something along the lines of he didn't want them as far as basically he didn't need them or have them here for use per se, but just to act as, like you said, a big way of showing, you know, the swamp without having a wall in the way.
He must have. I was gonna say he must have a bunch of them because I'm looking for a particular one that I know was fit in the screenshot that I used for today's stream thumbnail, but I think it must be further up this way.
Yeah, he's got 3 of them, I believe, in total.
Yes, this one over here. This is where I was looking. Look out on the docks.
Yeah. Yep. And then he's got this, I think, what is it, the natural docks?
It's very dangerous to even come out here. We could get swamp fever, get eaten by a capro. Be careful.
He's got plenty of defenses I know around here. I come over here. I started to build over here myself, across on the other side of those ruins.
Right.
But I for one can't build in ruins. I have a hard difficulty with it.
And we've had Lockjaw and Hack have both built out in this area on a Geek server, and I've built here on the Building Evolved server in the past. So it's a popular
spot.
little location.
Yeah, it's a good spot. I mean,
might be the best swamp location on any map because of the ruins and the amount of actual land. Because a lot of swamp areas are just gross.
Yeah, and again, you know, going back to, you know, talking about his breeding, you got his breeding pen right here. You got Danny all set up and everything.
Yep. Little healing pig right there. He's got some big old Uties right here. Those look good.
Yeah, I
That's
know
a
he's been working on those, I believe.
that's a neat stable for UDs. I like that layout. Perfect size and shape for it.
Yeah. Actually, it's just big enough to fit a Rex.
Yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
we actually he actually put Tuscany over there once, and you can just barely get off,
Looks like it would be,
and
yeah,
it not
perfect for
bend under.
anything medium sized, and the Rex is bordering on the large. But yeah, UDs and the Therazinos and Megatheriums, whatever else you see around here would be about the right size for that thing. But that's perfect for them.
Yeah, that's the gist of the Jeep's build. I think is he's got a lot of stables. Like he's even taken this right here.
And Nanny's painted up like she fits in the swamps. Totally belongs. A
Yeah,
little.
he told me he was gonna do. I think it was green or hunter green, forest green. Sorry,
Yep.
and I want to say tan.
Yeah, he's got yoga
And
pants on her. It's actually torn yoga pants. It looks like.
oh, is that what those are?
Mm.
Oh, those are scuba pants.
Scubas, but they look like yoga pants when you got them on.
Yeah,
Yep. Lulus.
yeah,
Couple of big guards out here. These guys look great.
yeah. I think it was Glitch that actually got these Megatheriums with the blue hands and the blue feet.
Beautiful.
And of course, one of Jeep's favorite colors is cyan. I know he don't have a lot of it here in his base, but if you ever see him running around or
Yes.
look at his shotgun or anything like that, it's usually painted in cyan.
Should poke our heads in here.
Um,
Little
and we
stable, and
got
we
more.
got 65 or so people watching live and 47 likes. I should remind you guys to click the like button every once in a while.
60-50.
There you go.
So I know he built this little area right here because you can see some of the ruins back here, but he wanted
Yes.
to enclose around because I think there was like a wall here, so
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to do something to fill that in. And I
Well,
remember he
probably
decided to make these tables
started
here.
with this gate right here, right? This is a
Yeah.
big natural
Hmm.
archway, and then
Yeah.
I think the ruins continue up here, and I think they boom, and then you run right into the edge of the water. So if you don't build a wall here, you don't have a wall. So if we
Yeah.
zoom out, I remember this location pretty well. But there's that little hint of a wall right there, right under our feet, that kind of gives you the guideline of where to
Mhm.
build to, and he's just kind of filled the space with a wall of his own. I think it's a good look.
Yeah. I love the way he's done this wall.
I can't
I
get...
can't say you can go all the way. No, you can't go all the way down it in some parts
Mhm.
just because of where the ruins are.
Yep.
But he's got a couple different places I think for access points.
Yeah, this is good. And we run right behind a little UD stable. It gets very dark right here. Some of
Yeah.
these swamps have some insane dark shadows.
Oh yeah. That was another reason why I didn't decide to build over here. I couldn't deal with the darkness.
Yeah, there's a few areas where it's almost unbrightenable. One as we go back into the main ruins that I used for my building projects. Here, there's a couple of spots that are just, you look at them and go like, what? How? Why so black? Like right here, look directly ahead of us, right? Like
Mhm.
this chunk. That's not just his build that makes that. If you don't have the build, anything you build in that spot is going to be that dark.
Or what color you paint it.
Yeah. Um, should we check out the house on stilts while we got little son?
Yeah. I
I'll
think
peek
this
in here
is
too.
more. I want to say this is more of his like breeding
Yep.
storage. So like he's got all his food for his animals and kibble and things like that, fertilized eggs.
Yep.
Of course, like I said, he breeds a lot for the community. I remember on the
Awesome.
old rag, he you it wasn't uncommon to see Jeep fertilized eggs at the CC. So,
Yes.
and I think he was trying to get back to that point. So
Beautiful. Yeah, when I lived here, when I didn't really live here. That's not right. Doesn't sound right because the people who live here play here every single day. I just played here for a month, but when I was here, I didn't make the most of these giant ruins that were underneath right now. There is a staircase that starts over here, and by the way, I love the gates. I love this gold and brown on the doors that he's got as the gateways. I think that looks really good. But yeah, it looks like under the house, little crafting area.
yeah, this is his crafting spot. I do know that.
Yep, and leads you up onto the top of the wall we were under earlier.
Yep.
And
Fire storage.
but the natural staircase takes you up here, and it winds around on itself a couple of times. This part is missing, so you got to build a bridge in, like he did here. Painted in the forest green, a little bit of olive painted in here too. And then you end up all the way up here, and I did not ever get up here to properly build, and it looks like you did, so let's have a peek on the inside.
Yep. This is his main living area.
Oh yeah. Let's go out on this veranda out here. Oh yeah, check this out. That's fantastic. I have stone double door frames here.
Yeah.
And they
I've started using the stone double door frames as pillars because he actually showed me this trick where you can stack them up like that,
and he's got them.
I never thought to do that.
He's actually got them sideways, if you notice, so that there's pillars along this wall, so that instead of having a super wide pillar, you have a narrow one extending outwards. That's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
And skips this spot right here, which I think is wise, makes it look wide open. You've got that cluster over there, which is where Lockjaw was living.
Yeah.
And then back on the inside, is this little staircase up to the inside? There's a bathroom.
I think that's just a little
Storage.
closet.
Nice.
Yeah, storage.
Oh, sweet.
Lockjaw's such a cool tune name.
Alright, little staircase takes you upstairs.
Hey, we got a monkey.
Yeah. And, oh, he's sleeping naked. Be careful out here in the swamp, you get mosquito bites.
Must have some invisible screen or something.
No, it looks great up here, man. Alright, well, Jeep, thank you for the tour, my man. I know you can't be here, but you're in the video at least. Sleeping like a baby.
He's actually got, I think, what is it, one more spot back here?
Yep, little closet back here. Well, definitely he has a little bit of stuff built around that circular area where I was planning to market. Ooh, little roof ladder up here. Oh, he's got a little hidden attic in this place with a little RG platform out here.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. That's alright, you don't need to come up to show it off. I can come back down.
Yeah, he's got some more stuff actually further on back. He's got a garden. I think we still haven't seen in his workshop.
This little area here is one of the areas with the insane dark shadows.
Yeah.
Right through here. Right on... Okay, so if you guys look, right around here... Oh, I guess it changes. Maybe it does change from time to day, but if you go through this little curved archway, you end up on his docks, which I built a little swamp cabin on to start that series, but they make really nice natural docks. Park these advanced raft ships out here. Place feels alive.
Yeah, he's got it looking really good out here. I mean, like I said, he still never ceased to amaze me how he can build like in ruins and just different areas.
I love the doors that he's used in the gateways. I think that's a really good look.
Mm-hmm.
What about this sort of green barn building here?
That I believe is his storage.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, dedicated storage. You got your fridges, you got your vaults, and a door on the far side. Ooh, not a door, a silent dynamic gate.
Yeah, dynamic gateway. I think that's because of the way that arches in the natural ruins.
Yes, it's super tall. I don't know how you do that otherwise. And then the wall continues. It looks like he probably ties into the... Let me have a look over here and see. Okay. No, I don't think you can go any further.
Nope.
Little campfire area here. Looks good. Again, using the trick where there's torches, so you don't have to light the actual fire.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That was a neat little trick that I learned a long time ago.
Yep, I like it a lot.
Since I've been on this server. This guy's little brew station over here.
Brew station / kitchen with it's basically built into the pergola thing, with the lattice roof.
And then I think if we come back over here.
And I'm gonna adjust a little gamma for you guys watching live. That should brighten things up for the next hour or so. Ooh, yeah. Good job on these ruins. Let's go into the little garden area, yeah. I was never sure, because you've got these epic windows. Well, one full window and one broken window. But I was never sure how to properly make use of that. This is a really cool way to do it. Just glancing inside here. Got artifacts lighting the place up. Got his plant species Z, not Z. Don't need to out myself as a Canadian.
And I think he's got some storage up here for his fruits, vegetables.
Yep, little walkway behind here, and this ties into the castle wall, the sort of base walls, looking out over this area. Yeah, it's great up here so far. You can see an epic bridge built across. That's lit up really well too out there.
Yeah, actually, just on the other side of that was where I was going to build.
Right.
And he added that bridgeway just so we could, come back and forth.
So that's what
between bases.
you're thinking of a new place out there, Stewie, or at some point you were thinking of?
No. This is prior a while
Right,
ago. I
right.
started to build up over there, and I had something going, but I just got so sick and tired of it always being as dark as it was, and I just couldn't.
Capros everywhere.
Capros everywhere.
So this is sort of like the end of the line when it comes to his stuff, I think, other than the bridge. And for me, this is what I tried to do as the focal point. I actually did the same thing with these light strings, so I don't know if you saw that in my series, but they look really good here. Are those providing all the light? It seems insanely bright for those. I guess I got my gamma up, so.
There's that, and then he's got.
Yeah,
how
better.
you were going to make the little dock area.
Yeah. You can't really
Here?
pull any boats through here, but yeah.
You can have water diamond storage.
Yeah, so you've got multiple potential entrances, and so he did this with some kind of behemoth gate, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now got his baryonyx under here, and yeah, this is pretty well lit up. Oh, so a lot of the lighting is coming from that angler.
Mm-hmm.
And this door is not on auto, so I'll make sure I close it.
Yep. Oh, can we open it back up?
I don't know. I thought I closed it. Maybe you and I were trying at the same time.
I think I hit it right before you said you were going to close it.
It could be auto close. I don't know. I just know it's not auto open, so I want to make sure that we
there we go.
take care of it. I'm just gonna poke my head on the far side. I think you said he hasn't built anything crazy over here, but I'll just poke my head on the far side of this bridge. Oh yeah, a little bit of construction, platforms, for docks and stuff out here. Nothing too crazy.
Actually, this is remnants of me.
Oh, is it? Well, if you ever need some foundations, you got some.
Yeah, I've got to come take all this down. But I think the last thing to see is, I don't know if you noticed, he got all these tables up here.
Yeah, the market is sort of like, I had envisioned this as a marketplace, and he did it in a very simple way. I like it.
Yeah, he's actually been, well, before he went back to work, he was grinding and getting a lot of gear and everything. And you remember what he did on the old Ragnarok server back with the starter houses and things like that? He was trying to do, I believe, sort of the same thing here,
like
but instead of starter houses, he was going to do like starter gear.
Like, okay, right. Instead of guest houses, you've got sort of like welcome kits almost.
Pretty much.
Yeah, come and grab a little bit of everything. That's a neat idea. But I know that Jeep has not had as much time as he did at one point to be around. So, but we're getting to show off the base, even though he doesn't get to be with us here today. And then, if you guys remember, this bridge is kind of where I've focused my building. I did a lot of my builds off here, and then had my chapel down on the far side. So he's used totally different parts of the same swamp. I like it. And I had, my chapel, which you call it cathedral, built in right here behind with that full moon back there. I hear something's being attacked.
I hear.
What's happening?
A Sarco and a Capro. Or no, a Sarco and a Fiona. It's right here by me.
I think the Fiomia won. Nope. They're both dead.
The UTC won.
Yeah. I was trying to save the Fiomia. He got caught in the crossfire. Poor bastard. But it was a baryonyx, actually, it looked like.
and a piranha just came up and ate both of them.
The circle of life. Okay, man. I think we've seen the place, right?
Yeah, I believe that's everything. Jeep will probably give me an earful later if I have it.
No, man, you did the best you could. In a few weeks, we'll come and do a Stewie base tour, and when I get around to the week, 2 weeks from now, after the Geek Medieval Games thing, I have one person leading 3 base tours because Inicus can't be here on the weekend, White Knight can't be here on the weekend, so Jayla's going to do both those base tours. So we'll make the best of what we can, and the people who can do the tours can do them. Oh yeah. Lag. But yeah, man, I think we've done it. So Stewie, thank you for the tour, my man, and Jeep, thank you for letting us show off the place. Thank you for being around, and all of you guys for being a big part of this community, being around as long as you all have. I love it. There's some amazing bases still to show off, guys, so we'll be doing that 2 weeks from now. But next week on Saturday morning, we have the Geek Games planned. So make sure if you're watching the replay, whatever, you tune in and you check that out. And I will link you guys at the end of this video, for those of you watching the replay, to my series of building here, because I don't think I have any more Jeep stuff, and I will link you to some of the other base tours that we did today. I think that is everything, guys. Yeah, for those of you watching, be sure to click the like button, because some of these replays will start with 0 likes and 0 views, and check out the Patreon for Arahli or for myself in the description, and you can come join us in this amazing community. Some of these people have been here with us for more than a year now, so we're loving it. Just keep this thing going and keep it growing. I call it the best place in the world to play Ark, and if it's not, I'm trying every day to make it closer to that. So yeah, that does it for the replay. For those of you watching the stream, I'll keep rolling for a little bit. I'll head back to my place on the Desert CC and maybe decorate things up, but for you watching the replay, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one of these.